My name's Olaf and I like warm hugs. If you guys would like to know how to make these, then make sure you keep watching and I will show you step by step what I did. So you first want to make sure that you're actually gluing your image on the cardboard correctly, because just make sure they match up. Trust me, it will save you a lot of time, because I may or may not have accidentally glued it backwards and caused myself a lot of issues. Another thing you want to do is draw your image on paper first, just to get practice, and then cut the cardboard, felt paper, whatever material that you're using around that picture or paper or whatever that you drew it on. That way, just to get practice and make sure that it's going to look the way that you want it to look. So now I'm just going to glue on a wooden dowel to the back of the cardboard. This is just acts as a handle, that way you can hold up the photo prop better. And these are super cheap. They're like less than $2 for a whole bunch at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, any craft store. So this is Kristoff's hat, and as you can see, I took yellow paper first. This is just construction paper, and made his hair just to do something kind of quick. And then for his hat, I used a green felt, and I found that color at Hobby Lobby. I think Walmart also had it too. And then I just cut out like a little circle just to kind of make like a layering effect, because he has a little ball type thing on his hat. But his hat's kind of different colors and different, you know, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. You can make his hat whatever color you want. It's really hard to find his exact hat color though. I figured that out. And just to make my life easier, I put his hair under the hat again, just to make it look nicer and to kind of layer it. So as you can see, I kind of played around with it first though. I made sure what it was going to look like before I glued it down, because you don't want to mess it up and have to deal with trying to take it off or recreate it. Save yourself the time, like I said. And then here, I just kind of know he has like a little stripe on his hat, so I took some yarn and just added some more layers. That's totally optional. Elsa's hair was honestly the hardest one to do. So this is where you definitely need to draw your image and practice. I first did, like, see that pale color construction paper? I did that first, and then cut cardboard around that image. And then you'll see in a little bit, I actually take yarn for mine and make the hair more realistic. So I completely change what I do here. But this is a good option if you want something fast and easier. The yarn definitely takes a lot longer and a lot more patience. I had to play around with the yarn to figure out what exactly I was trying to do. Now, I found these on Pinterest, and people just pretty much left it at the cardstock or whatever. But I really wanted it to be braided and just look more like actual hair. I thought that would be way funner. But it is kind of a pain. Don't be like me and throw it all on there and try to glue it all at once. Take smaller pieces at a time, because I had pieces falling off that I had to keep gluing back. And then just kind of see your progress ahead of time. See if it's going to be working for you. how I took the snowflakes and kind of saw where I was going to put them first before I ever glued them on, just to make sure. And here I used a regular hair tie because the yarn was basically almost like hair. And then I cut the excess off. The excess off. And then just tied it. And chop off for her rings. Trim as you need to. Just be careful. You can always cut more off, but you can't put it back too easily. Oh, and by the way, I found this color yarn at Hobby Lobby. It was like a pale yellowish white. So I really liked that color and thought that it matched her hair. And then the buttons, the snowflake buttons, I found at Walmart. They're just little buttons that I found in the craft section near the, well, the sewing, whatever. In that general area, mostly around the sewing section, I think they keep the buttons there. And you'll see right here, I actually end up cutting the paper off that's behind the braid because I just thought it looked kind of weird, personally. So now the braid's just kind of hanging there, which is what I wanted. I thought that the paper behind it would look better, but then I found no, it didn't, so I just cut off the excess around it just to make it look nicer, more realistic. I found this blue sparkly paper at Hobby Lobby, and as you can see, I drew my crown on the back. I drew it with pencil to see what I wanted the shape of it to look like first, and then I started cutting that out for Elsa's crown. Ended up doing Anna's basically the same way, only her hair is shaped different, obviously, because she has two braids. And I kind of wanted to make her bangs. So I just already took care of the bang part of it and made it kind of, you know how she has kind of side sweep bangs almost. And here I go with the yarn again, gluing those on. A lot of fun, as you can imagine, so if you don't have patience, you might not like that. And then see, I put some of that pale yellow yarn on one side because of how she has that blondish white streak in her hair. And then I do the braids the same way. You just want to be careful and make sure her braids are more even since she has two of them. And I just thought this looked so cool with that little blonde streak through it. It's definitely more Anna-like. Then just cut off the excess, but make sure they're even. And having all this yarn on these makes them a lot heavier, so definitely make sure that your wooden dowel is secure and can hold them up. Here are the finished product from the birthday, and I thought they just turned out so awesome.
If you have any further questions about the items in this video, make sure you comment down below. I would be happy to clarify anything that maybe didn't make sense to you, or just where I got the items, things like that. I'll try to link all that information down in the description box where I got these things. Make sure you guys follow me on Facebook at Shopaholic Not So Anonymous, exactly the same way it's spelled here. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TrishE1987. Haven't been using my Twitter, not gonna lie, because I feel like no one communicates with me. Give this video a thumbs up if this was helpful to you, and make sure you share pictures of your finished product with me. I would love to see them. Send them to me on my Facebook. You can send them to me on Instagram. You can hashtag them frozen photo props. That way I'll be sure to find them. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and remember, you can come shopping with me. I'm not gonna tell.